Recently, all sectors and industries have actually been facing significant challenges. There have been major changes in the economic development landscape. The consumer and service industries will face considerable challenges and pressures in the future. As everyone knows, investment, consumption, and exports are the three main drivers of the economy. At present, investment is no longer able to drive the growth of the national economy. As for imports and exports, China's trade has already become highly streamlined, and the era when imports and exports could drive domestic growth has also passed. So what does that leave? Consumption. It has become the most important engine of economic growth and the biggest driving force. Therefore, the country has proposed boosting domestic demand and establishing a new economic development pattern that focuses on the domestic cycle, with domestic and international cycles complementing and promoting each other. However, in the face of this new pattern, due to the economic downturn, our economy is continuously trending downward and is in the process of structural optimization. The challenges and pressures we face are actually just as significant. Let me share my own perspective. First, if we analyze from both the supply and demand sides of consumption, starting with supply, in normal consumption, there is generally an oversupply. Whether it's basic necessities for the general public, high-frequency essential goods, or research-driven and upgraded consumption, they all face a rather objective situation. Namely, in the field of consumption and services, our supply, in general, is excessive. But when it comes to high-quality consumption and service supply, it is insufficient. There is a clear overall surplus, but structural contradictions are quite prominent, and structural oversupply is fairly common. This is a phenomenon we observe. The second phenomenon from the supply side is that changes in technological infrastructure, such as improvements in cold chain, general logistics, electronic payments, and even entrepreneurial platforms. These advancements and the gradual perfection of tech infrastructure have lowered entry barriers and cost controls for entrepreneurship in consumption and service sectors. As a result, more entrepreneurs are entering this vast space of consumption and services to start their businesses. This increased effective supply. Infrastructure dividends boosted consumer service industry development. Consequently, supply-side competition is fiercer and pressure mounts. The third point, also from the supply side, is that our structural contradictions are becoming more pronounced. In China, the supply side has always been characterized by what? Exactly, the era of high quality and low prices has not yet arrived, and the age of a quality revolution is still to come. There are many companies competing on price, so low prices are common, but high quality is not. When it comes to providing excellent quality products and services, we have not yet entered the era of a quality revolution. So in this regard, on the supply side, we have some structural contradictions. Overall supply is excessive, but the supply of quality production capacity and services is generally insufficient. Secondly, many players engage in simple price competition with low prices, but there's still a lack of high-quality products and services, a structural contradiction. Now, we are rapidly transitioning into an era of quality revolution. Like Japan, China is currently in a stage of moving from the third consumption era to the fourth consumption era. During this transitional period, the power of consumers is being reversed. We believe this is an era of rising consumer sovereignty, an era of consumer equality. In the brand, manufacturer, and consumer relationship, the power dynamic is shifting. Consumers are gaining more influence and an increasingly important position. Thirdly, as we move from the third to the fourth consumption era, consumers express more individuality and assert preferences. They have access to more information, and information asymmetry is less common. As a result, consumers exercise greater sovereignty and assertiveness in their consumption choices. They also have stronger purchasing power and a clearer understanding of how to assemble their consumption. This truly is an era of rising consumer sovereignty. In this era, if we are unable to provide better market insights, if we cannot meet consumers' needs, especially their diverse and multi-layered demands. Then it will be very difficult to offer differentiated supply. As a result, we will inevitably fall behind in the market. So, from the supply side, the real contradictions are quite pronounced. When it comes to these demands, a long-standing trap we see is that as the economy continues to decline and expectations weaken, including the increasingly difficult operating conditions for market players, the demand side of our current consumer market is facing a lack of effective demand. This creates a common problem for all companies: how to manage effective demand. This has become extremely challenging. So, how do we stimulate effective demand? How do we manage effective demand? How can we provide supply that meets effective demand and deliver effective offerings in a context of declining consumption and insufficient effective demand? This is a very important question that challenges every practitioner in the consumer and service industries. The second point is that, because effective demand is insufficient, there are more suppliers than buyers, and supply is excessive, with even high quality and premium supply being relatively scarce. Competition in this environment becomes even more intense. In order to gain market share, only by truly enhancing product strength can a brand take root in the minds of consumers. So, what is the competition about in this era? It's about winning the hearts of people. Behind every product, it's actually the character of the entrepreneur that matters. While consumers hope to buy affordable goods, they care even more about quality. Only when a product is of good quality can it truly be considered affordable. Products that simply pursue low prices without good quality will not have much opportunity in the market in the future. Because at their core, all products have a life cycle. Consumers actually vote with their feet. Through their consumption experience and feelings, they can accurately perceive how much value, how much consumer surplus a product, service, or brand truly creates for them. This is a term from consumer economics. It means getting your money's worth, or even more than your money's worth. Thirdly, because purchasing power in China is distributed very, very unevenly. There's an interesting phenomenon with consumer goods in China. It's the world's largest single market, with 1.4 billion people, because it has the world's largest unified market. But within this single large market, purchasing power distribution is extremely uneven. We are a country with a highly developed economy, but also a very high Gini coefficient, meaning significant disparities. The Gini coefficient is about 0.5, and previous estimates were even higher, so our wealth gap is quite large. But in this process, it's as if each individual is a genius, so you'll see that different products, with different functions and market positions, all have vast growth potential in China. From Apple products selling for over 10,000 yuan to third-generation smartphones priced at just 1 or 2,000 yuan, even small domestic brands in the 1 to 2,000 yuan range still have room to survive. Imported Teslas sell extremely well in China. China is Tesla's largest market. Later, we'll see that new energy vehicles, like the latest Chinese models, will have excellent opportunities in China. So, this massive market, the world's largest unified market, truly provides a vast array of demands, and this abundance of demand offers excellent conditions for brands and manufacturers to supply their products. Demand in China is determined by purchasing power, and the gap in purchasing power is extremely wide. China is a dumbbell-shaped society where a very small number of people control a large amount of wealth. The so-called soft middle class exists because of their real estate holdings. If you take away their property, subtracting their mortgage, car loans, and consumer debt, disposable income is limited. The lower class, the general public, earns very little. Most Chinese workers have very low incomes, shaping the country's realities. 600 million have never used a flush toilet, and 1 billion have never flown. China's reality. Major cities don't represent the entire stratified society. If you travel to China's eastern or western regions and visit a county 3 to 400 kilometers from a provincial capital, that county is highly representative of the country as a whole. China has about 2,800 counties, 2,894 to be exact. While there are large, economically developed counties like Jiangyin with 2 or 3 million people, most counties only have a population of 3 to 400,000. The lifestyle in these counties, their spending power, purchasing ability, and daily life, and the consumer goods that have truly become standard in their lives, are what really reflect the fundamental reality of China. So I think this point actually shows that there are significant changes in consumer stratification, consumer segmentation, and consumer circles. So what does this require? When building brands and working with partners, we need more consumer research, insights, and market insights. Discovering and understanding these insights is very important. So you need precise audience targeting to carry out precise marketing and precise placement, which places even higher demands on brands and channels. Essentially, this comes down to the efficiency of our observations.